Zero Racing makes its debut in Chang, the destination of speed in Thailand, and it's a small grid, only 7 cars made the trip, but we have some interesting racing ahead of us. Jason Monds last round wrapped up the championship, and we got some interesting things with him getting into the drop score count, along with Wesley Stokes and Mike Magasevich, who are on the grid today. And as for the championship, well, the numbers are down below. There's still a battle on for second place with Martin Lauer, Quintis Gillespie, Mike Mark, Alessio Bonis, and company. So there is some intrigue, even if the driver's title is wrapped up. So let's walk through the grid here. On pole, Jason Monds. P2, Mike Mark. P3, Quintis Gillespie. P4, Wesley Stokes. P5, Mike Magasevich. P6, Mark Klabzul. P7, David Collins. Let's get underway. Destination Speed is an interesting track. Very flowing. A lot of high-speed corners. Really, I think, an excellent place. Excellent venue for racing. Mike Mark with a really good start here, as is Wes Stokes. The BMWs have really got their starts on point lately. And Monds is going to slip back to third with Gillespie. Then Klabzul with a fantastic start. He's had fantastic starts all season. And Magasevich and Collins bringing up the rear. Looks like Gillespie trying to go down the inside of Jason Monds here. Little Mercedes on Mercedes violence, and Gillespie is going to be through. The very wide there in the Red Bull BMW goes Klabzul, and this is dividing this race into 2 races, basically. Magasevich wants down the inside of Klabzul. We'll see if this happens. This is a very high-speed corner right here. Very dangerous to go side by side like that. And Magasevich gets through and gets hit. In the rear by Klabzul. That will drop him back behind Dave Collins at the back of the pack. Although he'll quickly make his way up as Collins makes a mistake. Back at the front, it is still Mark Stokes, Gillespie, and Monds in a very, very tight battle for the top 4 position. Monds shaping up for a pass here into the final corner. Don't think that's quite on. Gillespie should hold third, but getting a little out of shape there is Wes Stokes. And that's going to drop him behind Gillespie. And he will be the shield back to Jason Monds. Mike Mark, in the meantime, manages to sprint a little bit further up the road after Stokes' mistake. Gives him a little bit of room to work with. And looks like we lost Gillespie there for a moment. Jason Monds zips up past Wes Stokes onto the podium. Mike Magasevich at some point picked up a spot over Mark Klabzul. Let's have a quick look at how that happened. I think this probably is a first corner move by the looks of it. Yeah, Klabzul just gets very wide there and ends up losing the spot. So still leading the way is the BMW of Mike Mark. He's got Quintis Gillespie in second place. And then it is Jason Monds, championship. Technically championship elect until the end of the season, when he will officially be presented with the Zero Racing Trophy. Could have a fantastic battle here for the win. 4 cars that seem very equally paced. As Monds gets a little bit sloppy and very wide. It's going to let Stokes back up into third place. Mark, Gillespie, and Stokes are all very much in the running for that second position in the championship. It's basically these 3 guys and the Mercedes driver Martin Lauer who are really, I would say, in the fight. And Lauer being absent once again gives a lot of opportunities to see if one of these guys can snatch up some ground and really take that battle for second place for their own. Magasevich looks like he might have actually picked up a little bit of ground there in 5th place, but still a ways back and not really involved in this fight. Starting to string out a little bit now. Mark from Gillespie, from Stokes, from Monds, from Magasevich, Klabzul, Dave Collins. Battle continues here on the third lap of the race here in Chang. So, in addition to being the first ever visit to Thailand for Zero Racing, this is the first visit. Oh, as Quintis Gillespie loses track of the plot, as it were. And that puts the BMW 1-2 back on offer, with Jason Monds looking to maybe get through on his own. Interesting question here with the Mercedes team, of course, with Monds having insured the title. Is he a little bit more interested in helping Gillespie try to take second place in the standings? Be intriguing to ask the Mercedes team boss. Because, of course, the two cars ahead of them are both BMWs, and they've got Lauer in the conversation, and Bonis, the lone hope for Audi, to secure a top 2 position. As I was saying, though, this is also the first visit to Asia. We're going to round off the season in Japan with the historic Formula 1 track known as Suzuka. So get ready for that on the next round of action. Monds making a move inside the hairpin, heading into the high-speed sweeper. We'll see if he can hold the position. Looks like he will. Looks like Gillespie's going to just back out of that a little bit. It's very dangerous to force the issue, I think, in that sweeper. That's it's difficult to run side by side in. Now in the technical infield section. A lot of twists here. Not a lot of braking, though, to be honest. Like these are still very high-speed turns. Destination speed really does live up to its name. It's one where you got to set the car up to handle the ability to turn at high speed that is seldom found in tracks, I find. They cross the line. It's still Mike Mark leading the way from Wesley Stokes, Jason Monds, and Quintis Gillespie. BMW, Mercedes. The BMW team has come on really strong after a bit of a weak start to the season. They've been finding a lot more pace, a couple of race wins, consistent podium threats in both Monds and Stokes, or Mark and Stokes, as well as to a degree. Not that he's been a consistent threat to the podium, but Mark Klabzul and also Mark Minahan have really stepped up their game. Stokes looking like he thought about a move there, but didn't quite go. Mike Mark is still searching for his first career zero win. He is leading here. We'll see if the pressure gets to him. We're on the 5th lap of 10. So, about half distance. He has led from the start. Started on the front row with Jason Monds. Got the better of him at the start. Has been largely unchallenged since, although Wesley Stokes is putting the pressure on now. And Jason Monds can sniff a win from, like, miles away. Bit of a mistake there. It's going to open up the door here heading into turn 1. And Wesley Stokes, it looks like the caster's curse has hit Mike Mark. He's going to slip to second place behind his BMW teammate, Wesley Stokes. These two guys have really been the inter-battle of the brand as well for the leadership role. As Monds is looking to possibly get maybe even both of them. They're going to go 3 wide here into the hairpin, maybe? Mark is through on Stokes, and so is Monds. But Mark is going to go wide here, heading into the second straightaway. Nothing yet, but it's just Wesley Stokes getting dumped back 2 spots there. These three are still very tightly together. I don't think we need to check in on the rest of the pack, honestly. I think it's pretty spread out. But additionally, we have some thrilling stuff going on here. As I was saying, Mike Mark still chasing that first win, that elusive first win. Could he get it here at Chang? Jason Monds is all over the back of him. He's just racing for fun at this point. He knows he's the champion, so Jason Monds can be aggressive, can show a side of himself that maybe we haven't seen before, and he's going for the lead. He's here to win races, and he has got the lead with the DRS assistance. A lot of DRS opportunities on this track, it should be mentioned. You have the front straight, of course. You have this this secondary straight here, the longest straight, the main straight of this track. And then after the hairpin, oh! Mark loses it. It's going to allow... Oh, he almost gets back, and he hits Stokes. Oh, no. Disaster as the BMWs come together. Mark rejoins in second place, but that is definitely not what the BMW bosses wanted. He's now got Quintis Gillespie all over the back of him and looking to make a move into the infield section here. Stokes is rejoined ahead of Magasevich in fourth place. Gillespie looking to go up the inside. Not quite. A little bit of contact there, it looked like. And Jason Monds, lost in this, is really got some breathing room now. See if Quintis Gillespie and the number 34 car can get around into second place here. Take a quick look at the rest of the field. No real changes to report. The battle here is for second place. Gillespie versus Mike Mark. This is also second place in the championship, it should be mentioned. Between these two guys, it could be not decided here. I think it'll go down to the final race, but this could be a big moment for that battle. And through goes Quintis Gillespie in a second place, and it's a Mercedes 1-2. After we were looking like maybe a BMW 1-2 was possible, problems for the BMW boys. And Mark seems to be losing the ground now at this point. Monds still leading here on lap 8. He's very smooth, seldom makes mistakes. We did see a little bit of mistake earlier from him, but and a bit of a bad start that put him with some ground to make up. He's made it up. Some other people have made some timely mistakes for him, and he's back in the lead. A place he's been very much accustomed to this season. Mike Mark takes a spin around. Let's have a look at that. What happened here? It just looks like he loses the back end. Just goes slipping around. It's going to let Wes Stokes through and up onto the podium. Mike Mark has gone from looking at his maiden win to just a fourth place finish. It's a little painful to watch, and you got to feel for the driver. But it's been his own mistakes that have unfortunately put him in the position as we track David Collins going straight line over a section of the infield. We ride with Jason Monds here. He's just got 2 laps to go. Right on the nose cam here with Jason Monds. You can see the speed I'm talking about with these high-speed corners. Very light touch of the brakes. Through there. Very light touch of the brake again. This is in the third sector of the lap. Full throttle through here. And then the last hard braking zone coming up here for the last turn, right before the pit lane entrance. And there we go. It doesn't really look like we have any battles going on to the last lap, but we've had some excellent action here earlier. It's just now kind of parsing out. It is Monds leading from Gillespie, from Stokes, from Mark, from Magasevich, from Klapzul, and Collins. Jason Monds rounding the final corner here to take the first ever victory for Zero Racing at the Destination of Speed in Chang International Circuit in Thailand. Quintis Gillespie is going to make it a 1-2 for Mercedes, taking second place. Third place will go to Wesley Stokes. Could have been a little bit more for him, but contact with teammate Mike Mark set both of them behind. You can see Mark coming across the line in fourth place right behind him. Fifth is going to go to the top Audi on the day, Mike Magasevich. Number 99 Schaeffler car. Then it's going to be Mark Klapzul, maybe? He gets a little skittish there. Dave Collins also off the track. These two are going to finish up in 6th and 7th place, and we'll get the front row for race 2. In Season 4, this track will return to the schedule along with Suzuka for the Asian rounds, and future possibilities going to the Formula 1 circuit of Sepang in Malaysia would also add additional Asian rounds to the docket. And Dave Collins is going to come across the line here to finish the race and head on to race number 2. It'll be Dave Collins starting from the pole position.